All right, man. What's your name and where you from?
Joshua Chryser. I'm from Longmont, Boulder. I originally was there and I moved out here.
Okay. How old are you, man?
34.
34. Okay. Would you say you homeless?
Yeah.
Okay. What caused you to be homeless, man?
Uh, Substance abuse, honestly, and just not having my documents and stuff right.
Okay. How long would you say you've been doing drugs?
Uh, that's probably started when I was like 20.
Okay. How would you say your childhood was growing up, man?
It was rough. I only had my mom. My dad wasn't really there for me or anything like that, and
Okay.
pretty much just grew up on my own.
Did you ever meet your dad?
No, I haven't seen him for 29 years.
Mm. Sorry to hear that, man. Would you say you felt love growing up?
Yeah, yeah, sort of.
Okay. What would you say you learned way too early as a kid growing up?
Everything that I shouldn't have, honestly. Just being like just involved with the wrong people, wrong places, doing drugs, hustling, all that crap.
Okay.
I mean,
Who would you say failed you when you were young, man?
it's just my attitude.
Your attitude.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you say you normalized as a kid that wasn't normal?
I honestly didn't really have anything in between. I had to grow up real early. My mom was, she had a drinking problem and stuff like that. And there was a lot of violence in the house. And grow up really early, with violence and stuff like that. Uh,
Okay. What would you say scared you the most growing up, man?
Basically, just the fear of having nobody there for me. Like my mom, she did her best, but I was just worried about what if something happened to her, what I would do. And then I lost her in 2019 to cancer, and that really sent a downward spiral on my addiction.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Would you say anyone listened to you as a kid growing up, man, when you had problems? Did you have anyone to go to?
I mean, honestly, a lot of the times I was locked in rooms or like beat or stuff like that by some of the people that were in the house,
Mm,
and I was afraid to speak up. That's why I'm afraid to ask for help. That's why I'm not good with people. That's why I was kind of scared to approach you, even like
right. It's all good, bro. You can
kind of like
never be
antisocial.
scared, bro. I'm always here to help too, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
Most definitely.
um, what would you say you blamed yourself for as a child growing up, man?
There's so many different things.
Mm,
I just, basically just not being able to experience being a kid, not being able to have those moments of I had to grow up too fast, being in jail, being in prison.
mm,
I was arrested when I was 16, 15 for the first time, and then went to prison when I was 19.
mm.
And just been out of the system ever since.
How long would you say you spent in prison?
Probably like 5 or 6 years I did.
What scares you the most about the future, you would say, man?
I mean, I think about it every day. I think about how different it would be to get my life right, to get sober, and it scares me back into that pattern of continuous use, and
Mm,
it's just I just don't know. I don't know really what normal is. I've not really had many jobs or anything like that because my social security card and birth certificate don't match up.
mm,
Um, and I'm on probation and stuff like that. I've been out of jail, so it's
mm.
kind of all I know is institutionalization, and I don't want to go back to jail. I don't want to get back in the system
Right.
because I know I'm facing a lot of time if I go back.
What's something good about you, man, that the people don't see?
I'm really kind. I'm really generous. Like I'd give the shirt off my back to anybody. Like I don't steal from people. I don't take advantage of people. One day I want to be able to get sober and help the people that have been in my situation where I'm at now.
Right.
And
Okay. Who would you say you feel let you down the most in life, man?
myself.
Mm, okay. Accountability is everything.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
these choices are everything. It's a direction, the path I put myself on, and
Right.
I know it kind of sounds like justification. Some of the things I'm saying, it's just I know I got to do things different. I'm doing this to myself. Nobody, nobody's doing this to me. This is just a choice.
What would you say you lost, man, that still hurt you to this day?
I'd say my mom, and honestly, still my marriage that I had,
Oh,
even though
okay, so you was
like
married.
yeah, so I was married. I have a daughter that's a year old.
Mm,
There's difficulty between me and the ex-wife. I'm not allowed to have contact with her or anything like that, and
I'm sorry to hear that,
yeah,
man.
it just sucks because I can't really ask about my daughter or anything.
Right.
So
Okay, who would you say you were as a younger adult before drugs, man? Like, what
I
type of
mean,
person were you?
I really don't even know. Like, I got in a car accident when I was 14. Everybody said I was different after that,
Mm,
but I mean, I started smoking weed and stuff like that when I was 8 or 9 years old,
mm,
and then eventually, I started trying like drinking and stuff like that, cocaine, heroin, and then meth, which has been a real struggle for me,
mm,
and continues to be this to this day. And I kind of use just to be able to stay awake, especially being on the streets. So I'm afraid people are going to steal from me, or
mm.
it's stupid, but
How would you say people treat you out here, man?
it's different out here. I'll tell you that much.
Mm,
Like, it's just, I don't know. I think I have an issue with when I'm using and stuff like that. I think everybody's out to get me.
mm.
It's stupid, man. I'm ready to do something different. It's just a struggle every day. Having to think about these things,
I
having to
feel
go
you.
through these challenges.
When would you say life went left, man?
I think honestly, when my mom passed away in
Mm,
2019,
mm,
she had cancer and eventually it went into remission. But
mm,
then after it went into remission, she fell and broke her hip, and she ended up dying 3 days before I got out of jail. So I ended up walking home
mm,
from some programs. People gave me a ride back to the house. And my ex comes out from her house across the street, and she said, "Hey, don't go over there." I said, "Why?" She's like, "Just come in the house and talk to me." So I did, and then she told me my mom passed away.
mm,
And then they had me sign the paperwork for the to go view the body and everything like that. And once I did that, that's when everything changed.
mm. Where would you say you sleep most nights, man?
I mean, I've honestly I've been in and out of a couple sober livings. I just keep leaving, so I keep pushing the people away that are trying to help me for some reason. I don't understand why I do it, or
Mm.
it's just, but basically just walking around the streets.
What would you say people misunderstand about you the most, man?
Just when I'm quiet and stuff like that, people misinterpret it.
Mm.
Like, I'm not really too social unless I'm comfortable with people. It's harder for me to be social, especially with the stuff I've been through as a kid and the stuff I've
Right.
been through, especially like, I'm kind of new to this whole homeless thing.
Mm. What would you say the worst moment drugs put you in?
Man, there's so many different things between, just the health problems, the situations I've got myself into at times. There's so many different things, but honestly, just having that guilt and shame from, maybe it was all my fault for the marriage not working out,
Mm.
and I realized that I did some things wrong, but at the end of the day, I just gotta pick up and move on. I've ruined my marriage. I've pushed away a lot of people that cared about me, and
Mm.
I'm continuing to do it.
Is there a moment in life you wish you could redo, man?
I just wish I could go back to that moment where somebody offered me that first hit, and I could have said no.